Well, he's concerned about the militarization of the police, and he wants to do something about it.
What's he saying? Police are out of control.
Yes.
Yeah.
The police are out of control. Now, his executive order does not do anything. Does not do anything to the militarization of the police.
Except for keeping tanks out of the hands of our police officers, which I've been a big advocate of for a long time.
Right. No tanks. You can have MRAPs. You can have SWAT teams. You can have M16s. You can have flashbangs. You can have everything that they have. He's just saying in this executive order, I'm not going to sell them any tanks. Oh, well, geez. And no F-16s either, Mr. President? So what he's doing is he is saying our police, he is sending another message again. Our police are acting stupidly.
He always sends that.
Right. Our police are out of control. Well, excuse me, Mr. President. No, they're not. And by weakening the police, crime goes up. By making the police afraid to go in and enforce the law or ask any questions, crime goes up.
And that's what happened in Baltimore, because they're blown away that these guys were charged, because the evidence didn't suggest they should have been. And now they're all nervous about doing their job. And did you see the prosecutor's response to this?
People are saying that it's because these officers have been charged. You don't know that.
That's good. That's a good point,
That's a good point.
That's a really good argument.
I didn't think of it that way. I don't know that. They're saying it. The police officers are saying that's what's going on here, but
They could be lying.
They could be lying.
Okay, so what happens when you charge cops? The cops that don't necessarily are the evidence seems to show so far. We don't know. I want bad cops to go to jail, but this looks like trumped up charges. First of all, it was racism. The guy who was mainly responsible for it was black. So that cry was already, so we've charged the cops are all racist. They were black.
Yep.
So it couldn't have been racism. That charge just left the station. It's out there. Then they charge these cops. It looks like they're trumped up charges. Looks like it's not right. They did it in Ferguson. What happens to a police force when you know, as a police officer, nobody's got your back? What are you going to do? You ain't taking one risk. You're not taking one single risk. You are not putting your life on the line for the possibility of life in prison. So then what happens? Play this out. Then what happens? The cops know we have no backup. We have no support. They've undermined us with all of the people in the community. They've called us racist. The president is saying that we're out of control and we act stupidly. So the people on the street don't even believe us. They don't even trust us. I have no backup if I have to do something. If I have to fire my gun, God forbid, I probably go to jail. What do? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
What then happens to the community? Answer, what's happening in
30
Baltimore.
murders in 30 days.
Okay. Then what happens after that? If this continues, calls for order, but not calls for order from the local police because they have no credibility.
Right. We need somebody. We need an oversight.
We need
a national civilian force, just as a well-financed and well-equipped.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
It's interesting,
I'm telling you, hang on just a second. I am telling you, there are certain times that I'm on the air and I'm like, I don't know if that's right. I don't have that. I'm telling you, I had this feeling. We just talked about Benghazi. I had this feeling September 18th, 2012. I knew it was right. I'm telling you, this is right. This is the game that is being played. We must not allow ourselves to go down that road. We must say, I do not agree with the militarization of our police, but I support our officers. I support our police officers.